Douglas Allen Collins, born August 16, 1966, in Gainesville, Georgia, is an American lawyer, politician, and military officer who has served as the 12th United States Secretary of Veterans Affairs since February 5, 2025. His life story reflects a blend of public service, military duty, religious commitment, and political ambition, shaped by his roots in rural Georgia and his alignment with conservative values. Below is a comprehensive account of his life, drawn from available information, critically examined to provide a balanced perspective. Early life and education. Collins grew up in Gainesville, Georgia, a small city in Hall County, where public service was a family tradition. His father served as a Georgia state trooper for over 30 years, and his mother provided care for local senior citizens, instilling in him a sense of duty to community. He graduated from North Hall High School in 1984 and went on to attend North Georgia College and State University, now the University of North Georgia, in Dahlonega, earning a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science and Criminal Justice in 1988. During this time, he interned for Georgia U.S. Representative Ed Jenkins, gaining early exposure to politics. After his undergraduate studies, Collins pursued a religious vocation, enrolling at New Orleans Baptist Theological Seminary, where he earned a Master of Divinity, M.Div., in 1996. This degree reflected his deep commitment to his faith, which would later influence his career as a pastor and military chaplain. In 2007, he furthered his education by earning a Juris Doctor from Atlanta's John Marshall Law School, transitioning into a legal career. Before becoming a lawyer, Collins worked as a salesman, marketing hazardous material safety products to Georgia's state and local governments, showcasing his early entrepreneurial streak. Personal life and family. In 1988, Collins married Lisa Jordan, a lifelong educator in Georgia's public schools who later retired as a fifth-grade teacher. The couple has 3 children, Jordan, Copelan, and Cameron. Collins has often emphasized his role as a husband and father, grounding his public persona in family values. The family is actively involved in Lakewood Baptist Church in Gainesville, reflecting Collins' ongoing commitment to his Southern Baptist faith. Religious and pastoral career. From 1994 to 2005, Collins served as the senior pastor of Chicopee Baptist Church in Gainesville, a role that deepened his community ties and shaped his public speaking and leadership style. His pastoral work focused on ministering to local congregants, and this experience later informed his empathetic approach as a military chaplain. His religious background also influenced his conservative stance on social issues, including his opposition to abortion and same-sex marriage. Military service. Collins' military career began in the late 1980s when he served as a U.S. Navy chaplain for 2 years. After the September 11, 2001, terrorist attacks, he joined the U.S. Air Force Reserve as a chaplain, a role he has held since 2002. In 2008, he deployed to Balad Air Force Base in Iraq for 5 months with the 94th Airlift Wing, based in Dobbins, Georgia. During this deployment, he counseled service members on the mental stresses of combat and was exposed to toxic burn pits, an experience he later cited to connect with veterans' health issues. Collins rose through the ranks, achieving the rank of colonel in 2023. His military decorations include the Meritorious Service Medal, Air and Space Commendation Medal with Bronze Oak Leaf, Air and Space Achievement Medal, Air Force Meritorious Unit Award with Bronze Oak Leaf, Air and Space Outstanding Unit Award with Bronze Oak Leaf, and National Defense Service Medal with Bronze Star. Political career. Georgia House of Representatives, 2007-2013. Collins entered politics in 2006, winning a seat in the Georgia House of Representatives for the 27th District, covering parts of Hall, Lumpkin, and White counties. He served 3 terms from 2007 to 2013, running unopposed in 2008 and 2010. During his tenure, he supported conservative policies, including Governor Nathan Deal's reform of Georgia's Hope Scholarship Program in 2011 and a 2012 constitutional amendment to expand charter schools. Collins was outspoken against abortion, physician-assisted suicide, and climate change legislation, aligning with the Republican Party's conservative wing. His legislative work earned him a reputation as a reliable conservative, though he focused more on state issues than veterans affairs during this period. U.S. House of Representatives, 2013-2021. In 2012, Collins ran for Congress in Georgia's 9th Congressional District, one of the most Republican-leaning districts in the country. He won the seat and served from 2013 to 2021, rising to the position of vice chair of the House Republican Conference, the fifth highest post in GOP leadership. As the ranking member of the House Judiciary Committee, Collins gained national prominence defending President Donald Trump during the 2016-2017 Russia investigation led by special counsel Robert Mueller and Trump's first impeachment in 2019 over allegations of withholding military aid to Ukraine. Collins argued that Democrats were motivated by political revenge, a stance he detailed in his book, The Clock and the Calendar, which framed the impeachment as an effort to undermine Trump's 2016 victory and 2020 re-election chances. His voting record in Congress consistently earned high marks from conservative groups, including an A+ rating from Susan B. Anthony Pro-Life America for his anti-abortion stance. Collins opposed the Affordable Care Act, Obamacare, and supported a constitutional amendment defining marriage as between one man and one woman. His outspoken conservatism drew primary challenges in 2016 from Republicans who claimed he wasn't conservative enough, though he successfully fended them off. In January 2020, Collins sparked controversy during an interview on Lou Dobbs Tonight, claiming Democrats were in love with terrorists and mourned Iranian General Qasem Soleimani more than American Gold Star families. The remarks drew sharp criticism, particularly from Senator Tammy Duckworth, an Iraq War veteran who lost both legs in combat. Collins initially defended his comments but later apologized on Twitter, clarifying that he did not believe Democrats supported terrorists. U.S. Senate Campaign, 2020. In January 2020, Collins announced his candidacy for Georgia's Class III U.S. Senate seat in a special election, challenging incumbent Republican Kelly Loeffler, who had been appointed by Governor Brian Kemp to replace Senator Johnny Isakson. Despite Trump's endorsement, Collins finished third in the nonpartisan blanket primary behind Loeffler and Democrat Raphael Warnock, failing to advance to the runoff. Warnock ultimately won the seat. After the loss, Collins briefly stepped away from elected politics, serving as legal counsel for Trump during his post-presidency and chairing the Trump-aligned America First Policy Institute in Georgia. Secretary of Veterans Affairs, 2025-present. On November 14, 2024, President-elect Donald Trump nominated Collins to serve as the U.S. Secretary of Veterans Affairs in his second administration. The nomination was endorsed by numerous veterans organizations, including the Wounded Warrior Project, AMVETS, and the Military Order of the Purple Heart, citing Collins' military service and understanding of veterans' challenges. He appeared before the Senate Committee on Veterans Affairs on January 21, 2025, and the committee advanced his nomination with an 18-1 vote on January 23, with Senator Mazie Hirono as the lone dissenter due to concerns over Collins' stance on reproductive care, including abortion and IVF access for veterans. The Senate confirmed Collins on February 4, 2025, by a 77-23 vote, and he was sworn in by Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas the following day, becoming the first post-9/11 veteran to lead the Department of Veterans Affairs, VA. The VA, with a budget exceeding $350 billion and over 450,000 employees, oversees healthcare, benefits, and cemetery services for more than 9 million veterans. Tenure and controversies. Collins' early tenure has been marked by ambitious promises and significant controversy. He pledged to streamline VA operations, reduce regulations, and improve care delivery, emphasizing a veteran-first approach. In his first 30 days, he announced the elimination of diversity, equity, and inclusion (DEI) initiatives, reallocating $14 million to healthcare and caregiver programs, and redirecting $98 million to support veterans' benefits. He also enforced a return to in-person work for VA employees, aligning with Trump's January 20, 2025, memorandum phasing out telework. However, Collins' announcement on March 5, 2025, of plans to terminate approximately 72,000 VA employees, 15% of the workforce, reducing staff from around 470,000 to 398,000, sparked widespread criticism. Critics, including veterans and Democratic lawmakers, argued that the layoffs, part of the Trump administration's Department of Government Efficiency (DOGE) initiative, would harm service delivery, especially since a quarter of VA employees are veterans. Collins insisted that healthcare and mission-critical workers would be spared and that benefits would not be cut, but reports of 1,000 and 1,400 layoffs in early 2025, followed by the larger planned reduction, fueled accusations of broken promises. Veterans expressed frustration over ongoing issues with the VA disability rating system and claim denials, with some calling Collins a Trump puppet and criticizing his lack of transparency. Collins also faced scrutiny over his stance on abortion. During his confirmation hearing, he declined to commit to maintaining VA policies providing abortion services, citing a 1992 law he believes prohibits such care. This position raised concerns among Democrats, including Senators Patty Murray and Tammy Duckworth, who pressed him on ensuring access to reproductive care for veterans. On March 4, 2025, Collins served as the designated survivor during Trump's address to a joint session of Congress, a ceremonial role underscoring his prominence in the administration. Despite his efforts to highlight improvements, such as faster claims processing by the Veterans Benefits Administration, public comments on VA platforms reflect significant veteran dissatisfaction, with some accusing Collins of prioritizing political loyalty over veterans' needs. Public image and criticism. Collins' career has been defined by his unwavering support for Trump, earning him both loyal allies and vocal critics. Supporters, including veterans organizations, praise his military service, pastoral empathy, and commitment to cutting bureaucratic red tape. His experience as an Iraq War veteran and chaplain resonates with those who value a leader who understands veterans' struggles firsthand. However, critics argue that his lack of prior involvement in veterans' issues during his congressional tenure and his conservative stances, particularly on abortion and healthcare, make him ill-suited to lead the VA. The layoffs and his alignment with DOJ have intensified perceptions that he prioritizes political directives over veterans' welfare. Public comments on VA news articles revealed deep frustration among some veterans, who feel the system remains inefficient and dismissive of their needs. Others, particularly in conservative circles, view Collins as a principled leader fighting to reform a bloated bureaucracy. His controversial statements, such as the 2020 Soleimani remark and his tweet following Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg's death, have fueled perceptions of divisiveness, though his apology for the former showed a willingness to retract inflammatory rhetoric. Net worth and personal details. As of 2025, Collins' estimated net worth is between $5 to $10 million, derived from his careers in law, politics, and possibly investments or book sales. At 59 years old, he remains active in his roles as a chaplain, lawyer, and public servant. His zodiac sign is Leo, though this has little bearing on his public life. Legacy and ongoing impact. Doug Collins' life story is one of steady ascent from a small-town upbringing to a prominent cabinet position, driven by faith, military service, and conservative politics. His tenure as VA Secretary is still in its early stages, but it faces significant challenges, including balancing workforce reductions with service quality, addressing veterans' healthcare access, and navigating political pressures. Whether he can fulfill his promise to put the veteran first, while managing a massive agency under intense scrutiny remains to be seen. His supporters see him as a dedicated advocate for veterans, while detractors view him as an unqualified loyalist, making his leadership a polarizing chapter in the VA's history.